lazy I am. It's from last Halloween.
This is the Pack Football Show on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head over to ThunderZone Pizza and Tap with your hosts, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi, along with Thunderwolves head coach, Philip Veal.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome, Pack Football Show here on our usual night on a Wednesday night. What gives?
Order has been restored.
Order has been restored.
Finally.
For sure.
We're back. It's normal. We got a Saturday game at home.
And we're coming off just a great victory over Colorado Mesa. Maybe it was a little harder than some people thought it might be, but man, any game, any win on the road and conference against a team that's been laying there for 2 weeks waiting for you, Phil, I think you got to be very proud, especially your ball club. Again, second straight week coming from behind to win a football game. That shows a lot.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, obviously, winning games is hard. It's hard to do. Winning on the road, that was a great environment. I mean, it was packed on Saturday. And just like you said, Jim, they were coming off a bye week, and they've got a lot of really good coaches on that side. And they had a really good plan to start the game. I think, obviously, as the game wore on, I think we were able to do what we needed to do, both offensively and defensively, and put that thing away. But again, they fought to the end, and we expected them to fight to the end. And I'm proud of our club for coming out with a victory.
I thought it was kind of neat. We talked a little bit right before the game, and that's the first time you've been back in 11 years. And I saw you sitting with Peyton up in the stands, soaking it all in, and the things that you remembered weren't X's and O's.
No,
it was all relationships.
Yeah, it was people. We're driving by the DoubleTree Hotel, and that's where my mom and dad would stay, and got a little emotional. My dad passed 10 years ago, and it's a lot of good memories with him, a lot of good memories with some of my former teammates that were actually at the game and got to see them after the game, and Coach Romano, my head coach there. And, I love Grand Junction, love Mesa, and, it's made me who I am. It's the first time in a long time that we've been back there. Peyton was one when we left there, and so just getting to share that with him was pretty special.
It had to feel just a little bit nicer that it was Mesa, though.
I mean,
come on, it had to be just a little bit. I know it was for us.
Yeah, obviously, that one means a lot to me.
And this is something I'll say. He's not here right now. Hopefully, he shows up. Is Paul Plinsky. Jim and I used to make fun of, and not make fun of, but we would always say that CSU Pueblo kind of had a little bit of Mesa envy. When it came to basketball or volleyball or all the other sports. Football, well, that wasn't a problem. But that has changed dramatically now. There is not that Mesa envy that we used to feel. I think you don't feel, it's just not there anymore. And I think Paul has had a lot to do with that, and the people he's brought in and the sports he's elevated.
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, Dr. P is the best athletic director I've ever had an opportunity to work for. He does an unbelievable job of hiring, bringing people that want to build culture, want to invest in people. He does a really good job of giving you the resources to be successful. And so I think with what we're able to do here, culturally, with athletics being on the hill and all that kind of stuff, like we're the front porch of this university, and we've got a lot of really successful coaches and really successful athletes that come through here.
Let's talk about resources available to you. We got two of them sitting with us tonight. Yeah. And, I mean, if you're going to have resources, abundant resources, a couple of 300-pounders or
some size. Let's get some beef here.
And this is a great story. Well, first of all, offensive tackle Tyler Etheridge, defensive lineman Josiah Sampleton. These guys are Texans.
They are.
In Pueblo. So if we call you Big Texans, have you been to the Big Texan? Have you eaten at the Big Texan where you try to get the –
I haven't eaten the Big Texans.
Okay, well, we'll call you the Big Texans for tonight. But
you talking about the one in Amarillo?
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The big one in Amarillo. But
it's like a pot roast they bring out to you on your plate.
And if you eat it in an hour, it's free. But if you don't, it's like $80.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah. So, well, let's talk a little bit about your stories. Like we were just kind of kidding you off air, is you're not typical college football players, and the fact that you recruited out of high school, came here, played as freshman, played as sophomore, you're in your junior seasons. No transfer portal, no anything. It's just you guys started as Thunderwolves and you're Thunderwolves. Tyler, tell about your journey here.
Yeah, so I kind of shared it with the team yesterday. My senior year, I didn't get to play as many games as I wanted. I played 4 games, and 3 of those were playoff games. And so all the film I had was either JUCO or D2, discovered by Coach Vigil and Coach Graff. And when I got here, I just had I'd say the perfect word to describe it was hunger. I missed my senior year, and a lot of people, on the contrary, get to play their senior year. The last time I played was junior year, and so I came in with a different type of hunger, and also with a different type of humility to learn from the vets and the older guys that were ahead of my time. And so I wouldn't go in there with any arrogance, just straight humility and humbleness, so I could learn from these guys and ultimately work on my technique, especially for me coming from a triple option. So there was no such thing as pass sets back then.
Is pass pro easier?
Yeah, it's much easier now. When I got here, it was really hard. I would keep ducking my head and stuff like that. But yeah, just learn from the older guys and just you know ultimately just keep going, keep striving, getting that hungry attitude and carrying it day in and day out.
Now you're from Midlothian.
Yes, sir. Midlothian,
Where's
Texas.
that in Texas?
So Midlothian is on the southern side of Texas.
Corpus Christi.
No, Dallas.
Okay,
Texas,
so it's
sorry.
a part of the
Southern side
Metroplex
Dallas.
area or
Yep,
whatever.
southern
Okay.
side of
Okay,
Metroplex.
so there was that Texas connection of Phil and Coach Graff, who he came and then he left. And
Yeah.
So, but I'm sure he was nice enough to bring you to the doorstep. Does I tell about how'd your journey get here?
So I didn't really even get to play a lot of my senior year of high school. I just came off of shattering my ankle my junior year, so I wasn't too sure about college sports. I was going to go to Texas A&M and just be a student. And Coach Foskey had recruited me earlier in my high school career, like my sophomore, junior year, and he got this job. And I was going through a lot because didn't know if I was going to get to play. This was my dream, and I prayed about it. And then one day I got the phone call, and he asked me if I was still wanting to play, and I said, of course. And even though the thought had already left my mind, and I got here, and it's been the best decision I've ever made.
And you guys love Pueblo.
Oh, for sure.
I love that. It just gets you. It gets its hold on you. You may not want it to, but it just does.
For sure.
That's the way it goes, Jimmy.
Well, Josiah, you had a big scare early in the season,
Yes,
and probably think, man, you think the worst when you're laying there and you feel that knee pop, and you're going, man, am I done? So you got good news that you're just out a couple weeks, and actually a week and a half, actually.
Yes, sir. It was scary, but I got a good family around me in the pack house. Are my guys. I mean, they encouraged me the whole time. Coach Vigil, Coach Foskey. So I mean, there was no doubt I'd be back.
Well, Phil, let's go back to the ball game. You're down right off the bat, tie the game, then go down by a couple scores. It's 17-7. Any thought in your mind going, man, we're in for it here today, or it's going to be like a buzzsaw? But I think that drive to get it to 17-14 was kind of like almost like a calming influence, wasn't it?
Well, one of our keys of victory going down there was start fast. And it didn't happen for us the way that we wanted it to,
But they did. They started.
They did.
They played.
And I,
like the house is on fire.
Trevor Wickery is their OC, and he was my right guard when I played. And I gave him a hug after the game and said, "Man, you had a really good plan against us." And they were doing some things we hadn't seen, and they executed well, and it took us a little bit. And really, to be honest with you, outside of that drive that ended in the second quarter when they scored on 4th and 3, defense played lights out the rest of the game except for one play.
Right.
The 69-yard.
Kind of an important play.
It was, but still, though, I mean, they settled down and they did what they needed to do to put us in a position where we could do what we needed to do offensively. And offensively, we started hot. We scored on our first 4 of 5 possessions, and the only one we didn't score on was right before the half. And then we kind of stalled a little bit in the second half.
Yeah.
And so, that was really our challenge this week is, like, we got to put a full game together, offensively, defensively, special teams. Like, I want to see us play for 4 full quarters and not, these guys are playing this half, these guys are playing this half. And credit to Mesa. I mean, they had a good plan. And they executed that plan early. And again, I think it's a sign of a really gritty team to show resilience. My thought process wasn't like, oh, we're going to be in for one. It was like, well, there goes a fast start, like, hey, we're going to
Plan
answer.
B.
Yeah, I mean, and that's really, like, we all believe, like, it don't matter what the score is. Like, we know we have the belief that we have enough bullets in the gun to go get this thing done, and it doesn't matter who we face. If we can do what we need to do and execute at a high level, then we feel like we can play with anybody. And so there was no panic by any means. This is going to be a little bit harder.
Sure.
A little bit harder than what we wanted it to be.
Well, let me talk to Josiah a little bit about that. You study field. They had 2 weeks to get ready, so they probably threw in some wrinkles or whatever. But are you as a player, or you as a group of players, do you need to see it live before it makes sense? I mean, film can only do so much.
I don't think so. I mean, I think we had a good plan and we went into practice. I mean, we had 3 great days of practice. It was just the game. You know, we got there and we had to adjust to some things, but we were also there's a lot that we left out on the field. So I mean, some of the plays they made were on us, and we got those adjustments at halftime, and we saw the rest of the game went. So I mean, taking what we did in practice and applying it to the field, there's a lot on us rather than what they did. But we fixed the things that we did, and moving forward, we got to work on being 1% better going from practice to the game. So when that translates, I mean, we play lights out.
Well, Tyler's job is to protect the golden goose. I mean, pass pro with the guy that can sling it like that is key. Did they do anything defensively that you didn't see on film or weren't prepared for?
I wouldn't say so. Just the whole 9 yards, just twist, fronts. They blitz more on third down than we expected, but it wasn't anything we weren't prepared for. So it wasn't too something that was like, okay, we need to quick to be adjust. Um, just something we've seen in practice. Like you said, just translating over to the game. And as soon as we can do that, if we give Roman Fuller time, he'll make some special stuff happen.
Yeah, he will.
But the key plays of the game, Phil, are when Roman can hit that deep out. I mean, nobody like him that we've ever seen to throw that 15-yard. I mean, sometimes it's from the right hash all the way to the left sideline, throwing those lasers.
There were a couple of them that he threw. He threw one to Reggie on the sideline, and then he threw another one to Marcellus on the sideline, towards their sideline. And both of the times when he let it go, I was like, "Oh no, good throw!"
Exactly.
"Oh goodness, oh, okay, we got it. All right, good."
And I know the one you're talking about to this side. It looked like the guy was he thought he had a pick, and all of a sudden it went right by his ear hole. It's like, well, what happened? What was that?
Yep.
It had some smoke on it.
It did.
But it was funny. And Jimmy and I said it during the game, and the connection between Roman and Reggie, those touchdowns were beautiful. I mean, they were like elegant scoring passes. They weren't like fit this in or I mean, it looks like choreographed.
Well, the one, I mean, I don't remember. It might have been the first quarter, but it's 3rd and like 13 or something like that, and the guy is playing 15 yards off.
Thank you
to make that. Well, I mean, we still threw a deep ball on him in the end zone. That doesn't happen, and that's the greatness of Roman and Reggie being on the same page, and those guys up front blocking.
Yeah, you got to have a little time to get that.
There's
pass
no doubt
off there.
There's no doubt, and I think to these guys, you can tell them I've been singing their praises all year long, but like
both sides
really, when we're able to keep Roman upright. The confidence that he's able to operate with is.
What's he been sacked twice?
I think more than that. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be like 3 times.
Yeah, not many more though.
No,
I know
it's
that.
not. It's not. But when he's operating with confidence, it's hard to beat. It really is.
And then the defensively, as you mentioned, just the second half, you guys kind of locked them down.
We did.
It's just that the blitz now when you're thinking fourth quarter and you're up by a couple scores now, is that something you file away, or is that just what happened on that play?
You play what you do.
What do you think happened on that play? That
it wasn't even a blitz. It was his own pressure. And so we're bringing I think max 5 on that. We're 4 on that one.
Okay.
And so we were just we presented as a zero blitz.
Okay, maybe that's
everybody's on the line of scrimmage, and so it's one of our max we call it max presentations essentially, and so depending on what the offensive line does, certain guys back off into coverage, and realistically, we didn't carry well enough with one of our linebackers, and the guy caught it in stride, and our safety was out of position.
Yeah, give them credit. It was a perfect throw.
I mean, and we got coverage too.
Yeah.
Like, we got to the quarterback. Like, he let it go and was hammered.
Talking about it.
Yeah,
he was hammered. And so again, like it's one of those things where, it was good credit to them.
And I even said, give that kid credit because he stood in and took a shot.
He did.
Yeah, he might have been the most surprising player on the field. I thought their quarterback
he
hung
well.
in there.
He did
all day long and really didn't show any fear at all.
Yep, I agree.
All right, we are at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. It is the Pack Football Show. It's brought to you each and every week by Rustler Implement. They're your local premier Kubota Case International Harvester, New Holland dealer. Please like the Facebook page. Get a chance to win a couple $100 gift cards. Get all your promotions and updates and all that good stuff. Same family, out there on the Mesa, plus in Rocky Ford since 1960. Also brought to you by Keg One as well here, as well as our friends here at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. We got all our food here, and these guys, we got a couple of big ones here, and we got them a little extra plate tonight. So
Had to.
just to keep your hands.
That was a well placed text.
The way. So plenty of time to get on down there. They have it's wing night plus anytime there's a packed football show, you can get a $10 hamburger here at ThunderZone Pizza and Tapas. Got highlights. You ready?
Yep.
They're coming your way next. Pack Football Show on Fox Sports Pueblo.
This is the Pack Football Show on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head over to ThunderZone Pizza and Tap with your hosts Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi, along with Thunderwolves head coach Philip Vigil.
And welcome back. ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House Pack Football Show brought to you by Colorado Front Range Roofers, Jim Sprague and Company, as well as the Ford Motor Company. Ford, one of our big new sponsors of Thunderwolves Athletics. We thank the Ford Motor Company. You drive a Ford, don't you, Phil?
I don't.
What do you drive?
A Dodge.
The Dodge?
I drive an F-150.
I drive one. They want.
I knew one of you two had a Ford.
I had an F-150.
They want to give me one. I'll be happy. To drive
Okay,
it
so
around
Ford
town.
Motor Company, Phil could use a Ford.
I'll take one of those Raptors.
Yeah.
That'd be
The
nice,
Lightning.
wouldn't it?
Those things are so sweet.
The Expedition's pretty cool too. The new Expedition's come out as well. That's
I'll take a Bronco too.
A
Those
Pinto.
are sweet too.
Bronco Sport or the full-on?
but we
Not
thank
The
not
soft top.
thank
not
them for
Not the 2C, the
no.
two-door. You want the four-door. Okay.
The one that looks like you can actually take it off road. That's the one
yeah,
I want.
Okay.
All right, Phil, you ready for some highlights?
Yeah,
You guys ready for
can't wait.
highlights?
Let's do it.
Sorry, no highlights for big guys. It's always the pretty guys, you know.
We make it happen.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way you should feel about it.
You know, if there's a running score and it's taken off the board because of holding, you might get a little shout out, and not in a good way. Or
that's never a
if
good
there's
thing.
a 4th and 1 and somebody on the nose jumps over the line of scrimmage before the ball snapped, even though the ball's right in front of you, you might get a little love there.
All right, so our first play is one we've
Get a
kind of talked about already. It was a 3rd down and long. The Mavericks had already scored. They're up 7-0, but the Thunderwolves come right back down the field and put one on the board. They look right, fire into the end zone. Touchdown, Taylor Akins. Same play, different player.
That's a great play by Roman Fuller because he was going to get hit from behind.
Well, that wasn't the play. That was the second touchdown.
That was a good
That's all
touchdown.
right.
Though.
So-
And DTA doesn't miss a step.
No.
I mean, he it's almost really kind of fun to have him on the other side, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely it is. He's
But
a big target.
In many ways, it was kind of the same play. It was just the opposite
It was
end of the field.
It was the exact same
Yeah.
play.
A little slant
Yeah.
play.
Roman checked it at the line of scrimmage. And we've got an RPO call there, and liked what he saw, and ripped it.
All right, let's see if Dean has got the first touch. This will be Retzlaff, TD, first quarter. Maybe not. Let's not have queued that one up. So we'll move on. So we had the Akins touchdown. So we'll go a little bit deeper into it. I don't think I gave him the interception that. Dean, do you have second quarter interception? I don't know if I told you about this one or not. Let's try here. We're kind of going on the fly here. Nope, we don't have that one as well. So, all right. So now let's go to the second touchdown to Reggie Retzlaff.
There you
He's
go.
looking Retzlaff's way, just throws it up for grabs, and Retzlaff has a touchdown. That is easy money for the All-American.
Well, we saw it up here. I said,
Pack
look, there's
Football
one-on-one
Show
there.
Fox Sports
There's-
13.
They're not going to be able to stop Reggie. What a great throw by Roman to give his receiver a chance to make the play, and that's what happened.
Jimmy, he's just that good.
He is that good, isn't he, Phil?
He's pretty good. I love hearing Coach Risson on there.
Oh, he brings a new dimension.
I'll tell you what, it's funny. I've had a couple people around town. They're like, Coach Risson on the radio, and I was like, yeah, what do you think? Like, we love it. He loves it too, man. He like it's something he looks forward to every chance he gets.
He can't do it at home games though because he works. And,
Yeah.
and that and the fact that our booth is about as size as one of these tables.
Yeah, I think his next assignment will be in Spearfish. I think that's because you're going to be.
I will be
you have
gone.
a wedding.
I have my daughter's getting married. that day
Congratulations.
here in Pueblo in the fall.
So
Doesn't
instead
she
of
know? Like, you
No,
don't get
trust
married
me.
in the fall.
And then if she waits one more week,
it's the bye week.
it's the bye week.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
so no. And then, but they're like, Dad, if we wait one more week, October, the weather's dicey.
It could be dicey when you're having it as
Okay,
well.
so but as
It's probably good that you don't miss that.
I've missed 2 games so far in the history of since 2008. One was for my oldest daughter's wedding, and that was Mesa.
Right?
And then I missed one game the first season in Mesa. I was at Mesa because CSU Pueblo played there, and we already had a reporter over there. And the chieftain was too cheap to send me when we already had somebody there. And I'm like, that's my beat. And they go, well, we already have somebody there. And so those are the only 2 games I missed since 2008.
Wow.
All right, we
Seen
got
every game here.
Yep, we got another Reggie Retzlaff touchdown. This will be Reggie's 3rd touchdown of the game. Fuller straight
Zone
drop back.
pressure.
Comes
Got
over
it.
the middle. He's got his man.
How
Retzlaff
about that?
touchdown.
The best receiver in Division II football, Reggie Retzlaff.
Well, you talked about not bringing pressure. They brought zone pressure from the boundary that time, and then we were able to get him out man to the field. And again, Reggie and our boy Fuller, they all got timing, don't they?
They do indeed.
He's using them big TV words like boundary.
Yeah, the boundary.
Not the sideline, it's
we used
the
to play.
boundary.
It used to be a drinking game, right?
Yeah, well.
You'd hear boundary and you'd
Yeah.
take a sluggo. All right, we've got one more play here, and I got to apologize to our producer and engineer, Dean Nedens, and I filling in for Aaron Konitschke, and I gave him bad information on that first one, I believe. That's why he had the Taylor Aikens touchdown, but that's all right. And here is one of the big interceptions at the end of the game. I told him get to be the interception at the end of the game, but there was 2 of them. We'll find out which one this is. It's potluck. Pass up the sideline. Intercepted.
Oh, yes.
Great play by the Thunderwolves. Coming up with the play, Jalen Shaw. And now Shaw running around, waving to Jalen, just run to the sideline, dude.
Get to the sideline.
These guys always like to go visit the beer garden.
We addressed it.
Yeah, I'm sure you
Was
did.
that part of those, what do you call them?
Not our standards.
Not our standards. Was that a not our standards?
That was not. I gave him. I said, if any of you do this again, we will all pay for it.
Well, and
that's
not, then you're held accountable.
That's not our standards. We're going to do our not our standards. That goes above and beyond.
Okay.
And so
well,
the message was sent.
I just want to say that we've been talking about this with the last name Shaw.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row. So.
And then the last, we don't have this one, but the last one kind of sealed the game. And man, when they got it down to the penalties, Phil, I mean, can we just create some things?
Oh man,
let's just like create something to keep them in the game here and have a chance.
Again,
they were all just let me talk. You can't.
Yeah.
But I'll just say, it was like, oh. And then I had a personal feud with L. L was
the linesman.
L was kind of it was in a different zone in the game. Well, remember the one penalty was right in front of him, and the guy that was 30 yards up the field called it.
He was watching a different game, and I think Miles got his attention and had it for the entire game.
So then when they get that chance, Phil, I'm thinking you're going, oh man, what's going to happen here? They're going to have a chance for the old alley-oop, but you guys defensive. Well, I think he got a little pressure on him. He couldn't just sit back there and chuck it to whoever he wanted. He had to kind of unleash it before he wanted to.
He did. I mean, our D-line, again, was doing a really good job getting pressure on him and making him make quick decisions. And our DBs have been flying around all year long. I mean, we were +3 in the turnover ratio on Saturday, and when you're +3, that usually is a good sign.
Well, in a game that was so close statistically.
Correct.
That was the key.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you got the fumble recovery. That was such a quick fumble recovery, too. When you made the hit, it's almost like they had to have seen that, didn't they? It's like nobody saw it. I saw it. I knew guys were jumping out of it. There was no signal for a little bit. I go, oh, no, we're at Mesa. Some chicanery is going to happen here. And then they finally go, oh, yeah, there's the issue Pueblo ball there.
Yeah.
It took a while for that signal, though.
Yeah, you never know. You never know what's going to happen. So
and I we talked about the ball hawk after the game of the 2 picks and all that stuff. But who played a great game that was, to me, had his nose everywhere it was supposed to be and then some.
I know what you're going to say.
Was Bryson Torrey.
Yeah.
I mean, that kid just seemed to turn it up Saturday.
Yeah, he had a great game. He really did. Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, I think he really answered the bell from the week before, too. Because
yes.
He struggled with some tackles the week before and challenged him, and he answered it last week.
Well, that was the key. We talked about it 2 weeks ago about the tackling. That wasn't. You're normally a pretty good tackling team. You guys get onto somebody, pretty much. They don't break a lot of CSU Pueblo tackles.
They did on Saturday.
Yeah,
they did, especially early. We weren't doing a great job wrapping up. We had them third or second and 16, and they bust like a 35-yard run, and we had 3 guys fall off of them that instead of bringing their arms, they're just thinking people are going to fall down when we hit them. That's not the case. Those guys lift weights too. And so it's been an emphasis again this week.
I like that. We get a slogan. Those guys lift weights too.
They do.
Yeah, they're on scholarship too. They
Correct.
they get training table. They wear the letter jacket.
Well, to put a bow.
I wish we did letter jackets.
Hey,
that'd be dope. I used to love the letter jackets.
Yeah, letter jacket.
The old
they might actually
USC,
get some,
the old University of
The
Southern
last year.
Colorado letter jacket
some
was
numbers.
a beauty.
You know what I mean?
It was a beauty.
Especially this guy.
Yeah, those kind of numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He needs some help.
does he?
Do you want to put your number out there for people?
Let's do it.
The CSU Pueblo Tinder Show.
All right, Pack Football Show brought to you each and every week by Rustler Implement, your local premier Kubota Case International Harvester New Holland dealer. Please like the Facebook page. Got a chance to win a $100 gift card. Get their updates and promotions they're offering. Same name, same family since 1960. They're out there on the Mesa as well as Rocky Fork. Come back after this timeout. We got questions. You ready?
Yep.
I got a lot. My phone's blowing up here. We got a lot of them
Fantastic.
ready for you. We got some challenging ones too. Uncle Charlie has checked in.
Hi, Uncle Charlie.
Old Frantic down there in Missouri, he's checked in. Listener 6 has checked in. All the usual suspects. They always want a piece
See?
of it, but we got a few more.
Especially when
you
you
got
read-
any X's?
I got the one. It wasn't on
All right.
X. It was a personal one.
Okay, well, we'll see what that's all about. So we'll come back after this timeout. We are at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House Pack Football Show on Fox Sports Pueblo.
This is the Pack Football Show on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head over to ThunderZone Pizza and Tap with your hosts Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi, along with Thunderwolves head coach Philip Veal.
And welcome back. ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. It's wing night. I think you buy one set of wings, you get the next half price. I think that's the special here
I don't
tonight.
know what the
You
special
can also
is.
get Burger Madness, $10 burgers during any Pack Football Show. Tomorrow night's $15 pizza night. That's a great. That's the best deal in town right there. That big old giant pizza. But you got to eat it here. You got to start here.
Now, is it any pizza on? Like, can you get the hot honey pepperoni?
As far as I know.
Well, there you go.
Well,
No?
we're going to say it right now. Ryan's over there. He can't hear. So, Ryan, you get any pizza you want.
No, you can't. No, you can't get that. Parker's going.
No.
Yeah.
Shut up, Jim.
Well,
it's not my money.
Yeah. Sorry, Parker.
Pack Football Show brought to you by the Front Rangers, Colorado Front Range Roofing. They sponsor each and every sack. So when you get a sack, you get a free shingle.
Gotcha.
Here's some tack nails.
So you get enough of them, you get a box of nails
Yeah.
to do something with. Also by the Ford Motor Company, as well as our friends here at ThunderZone Pizza and Tapas. You ready for some questions, Phil?
Yep. Fire away.
First question is kind of an unusual one, but I thought want to know, is it always that packed for Mesa football games? There was not a seat to be had in that play. It was full house.
I didn't expect it to be that packed, to be honest with you. I think, obviously.
And it was kind of a late arriving, wasn't it? It was kind of, where's the crowd at,
People
Joe?
wanted.
And
Look at
then all
them.
of a sudden
The
they
guys
came
are like
in.
they wanted to come see us.
That's what it was.
Because it suddenly right there at game time, boom, everybody came in. They were out there having a good time. That's a pretty good tailgate going on there, too.
Was it?
Yeah, not bad.
All I know is that by the time CSU Pueblo plays Mesa at Mesa, the interest is not what it was Saturday.
Oh, usually later in the season?
Yeah.
Or what?
Yeah, so we played them a little earlier in the year this year, and it was.
Plus, it was Parents' Weekend. It was a wine fest. There was a big Mormon church display.
that
There was
thing
a
was
ride.
unbelievable.
There was a bike ride. There were no hotel rooms in Grand Junction. It was so funny because the guy I stayed at La Quinta, where we always stay, and the guy
Or La Quinta, as my brother-in-law calls
and the
it.
guy
You know what
said,
that stands for, don't you?
next to Denny's.
No. No. La Quinta?
Yeah,
It's Spanish for Division 2.
no, it's Spanish for next to Denny's. I like that though. No, the guy said, he goes, "Do you mind if I asked you how much you paid for your room?" And I said, "Well, you should have it right there." He goes, I use a third party. I use Expedia. So I paid $130. And he goes, "I just sold our last room 5 minutes ago for $500."
Yes.
At the La Quinta.
Yeah.
One of my ex teammates was at the game. He spent $1,000 on the Comfort Inn
Yes.
on 2 nights.
Isn't that? I'm like,
My God.
$1,000.
that's price gouging at its finest.
I was like,
Wow.
it's really great to see you, but I wouldn't have spent that much
No.
money.
Jim and I have done the drive up, cover the game, and drive back because we couldn't get rooms.
Right.
Now, they did it by choice this week, but
We did the old Ben drive over Monarch, drive back over Monarch.
He made
with
it.
Dr. P.
He's
Nice
here.
job.
One of the
Ben.
funny, I should have taken a picture. One of the most touching moments during the drive was through the canyon, and Dr. P's head went over to the side, and he was almost on Ben's shoulder as we were driving through. And I'm in the back seat because I can't sleep because my head's going like this every turn. So I'm
Is he a
watching
little herky-jerky
I'm
with the steering
watching
wheel?
Dr. P's head. Just it didn't the jerkiness didn't affect him. He was
No, he was out.
very, very relaxed.
Yeah.
But he was so into watching all the game. I mean, he's watching all the highlights. I mean, he's into it, Phil. And
You love an AD that's that invested in football.
For sure.
that leads us into our next question here. Were you surprised at not only the outcome, but in the manner that Chadron State kind of controlled minds? Have you checked into that at all, or is that just like?
I mean,
just a
obviously,
passing interest?
obviously, when you see the score, you're like, huh, I wonder what happened. But I haven't watched the game, so
Yeah.
I know Coach Long does a good job out there, and they've got some good players, and that's I think kind of the beauty of the RMAC is there's a lot of parity. You don't show up any week, you can lose, and it doesn't matter who you are, and I think. You see that in college football. Look at Clemson last week; they were a 17-point favorite, lost by 17 or something
Right.
like that. And I just think people just take for granted, oh, this team's going to win or this team's going to win, and you got to go play the game. Like that's why you play.
Right. Well, and the haves and have-nots in the RMAC 15 years ago were well defined. Now that line is blurred to where on any given Saturday kind of thing, and that leads to the question that I talked to you guys about. And this is a good time to ask it because you're going to play Adams State and they don't have a win. Somebody asked me if I thought you were overconfident going into Mesa because on paper you guys should have blown them out, and that stands to reason.
Why on whose paper?
Well, just stats and size, and I mean just.
But that's the thing that I don't. I mean, we're not going to buy into that.
Okay, well then, that's the
they're
point.
on scholarship too. They got great coaches over there. They've got guys that work their butts off to win football games. Like I just think we're doing anyone a disservice if we think, oh, that team sucks, we should blow them out by 50. Like that's not how things work. That's not real life,
right?
You know what I mean? And so
and you try and explain that to him because, well, ask the coach if sometimes that you get caught looking past is the way they put it.
Yeah,
but I mean, I didn't see it. I didn't think it was be as close as it was, but it's a rivalry game. You said that last week.
I did, and I just think you can't. This is like the only sport that you practice so much for so few
little
opportunities.
Exactly.
Right.
Like you only get 11 guaranteed opportunities. We went to Tuesday practice, and I told the guys, hey, guess what, guys? We have 7 guaranteed Tuesday practices left.
Right. That's crazy.
We can't waste one. And that's our attitude going into Saturday. It doesn't matter who we're playing. Like we know first and foremost, it's about the pack. It doesn't matter who we play. And that's because we've got an unbelievable staff and we've got great players in the building that believe in what we're doing. And we believe with our whole heart that if we go out and we execute and do our game plan, that we can play with anybody in the country. And we cherish those game days. Do they always turn out the way, people think out there that they should turn out? No, they don't. But that's why you play it.
Sure.
That's why you go out and you play the game and you see who's the best that day, I'm proud of these guys. There's obviously a lot that we had to work on this week, right? Like we go watch tape, and I'll be honest with you. When we came in on Monday morning, I was hard on these guys.
Was he? Was he telling the truth? Sir?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
they're both like, yeah.
Because when realistically for us, like we talk about our standard isn't defined by our scoreboard. Right. I don't care what the score is at the end of the game. Did we play to our standard or not? If we didn't, then we got to fix some stuff, right? And that's what we're going back to work on Tuesday and Wednesday and tomorrow morning. It's can we play to our standard every play?
All right. Here's Ken down there in Missouri. Wants to know, 4 games into the season, who has been the biggest surprise as a freshman or transfer that has contributed more than you thought they would?
As a freshman or transfer?
Yeah.
Do it separately.
Yeah, let's do a freshman.
Because
Okay.
you
I
bring in
can even include a redshirt
yeah, well, you
freshman.
bring in a senior senior transfer. They've already
Yeah.
had some development.
Yeah. Man, I'm trying to think, like, true freshmen. We only have really
Have you
Carter.
played?
Carter
Yeah.
Daniels.
Carter Daniels is
That's
the
what
only
I'm saying.
true
Let's
freshman.
include a redshirt freshman.
Redshirt freshman.
It's a tough lineup to crack.
I don't know if we
And to
have a
stand
ton
out.
of. I
Yeah.
mean, we have Russell Patton. That's a redshirt freshman.
Sure.
And he's coming on and he's going to have a great year. We just don't have a ton of. I guess Jonathan Gonzalez would be one
Again,
that's had some really good production so far.
And he and Russell both saw a little bit that games that they could get in to save their redshirt year last
Correct.
year. So and
Correct.
Jonathan Gonzalez did a great start because he's a local guy.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it's hard to play for your hometown school. There's so much expected of you, and there's so much, but you also you got to be wired like he's wired.
He's such a great kid. Comes from a great family.
Yeah.
Shout out John.
Shout out
John. I didn't get one of those from Devon this Saturday. I thought I would at the end of the interview, and he didn't give me one. I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah,
what about transfer?
Yeah, most surprising transfer.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think there's been several that have contributed. You look at on the defensive side, Jalen Shaw as a transfer. He had a big pick this last week. He's played really well for us. Caleb Manning up front has played really well for us.
Huge sack.
Yep.
Saturday. I mean, he swallowed up half the offense.
Yeah.
That sack.
He's played really well. On the offensive side, obviously TA has had a great.
Yeah, you don't realize he wasn't here last year.
Correct. And honestly, to be honest with you, I said this last week in front of him, and we had this conversation in the spring. The way that he was trending in the spring, he wasn't going to play for us.
Yeah.
And to his credit, he worked his butt off all summer long and had a great fall camp, and it's translating into games, And then I think the other one that probably has made the biggest contribution is Jackson, our kicker.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, he had the leg for the long one. It just hooked a little bit left.
He's done a great job. He stepped in, and he's got a lot of confidence right now, which I can appreciate, and has done a good job.
I love the TA one because you hope a guy with that talent can figure it out because there's talent there.
And he has,
Yeah.
And I think the other guy too that it's just a ticking time bomb to go off is Marcellus.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
a little setback with the injury, and
he's just so fast, And today he caught a 5-yard hitch, made a little move, and outran the safety who was 15 yards deep, just completely erased his angle, and it's just a matter of time until we can get him going in the game.
Well, maybe you heard that talk about who's the fastest player on the team.
Oh, we have that. We're not going to bring it up with you guys. We usually have that talk with DBs and wide receivers.
You can ask him who the strongest is.
All right, who's the strongest player on the team?
It's got to be me.
That was Josiah, people, by the way.
Well,
Mr. Sampleton. Now, how do you what are we going to use to measure?
Okay, well, Josiah, to his credit, they're both extremely strong. Josiah set the Texas State powerlifting record in high school.
How much?
My squat was 840.
Oh, wow.
Bench was 545.
Oh,
and then my deadlift was 615.
Damn.
Yeah.
Are you still that strong here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right around it.
You obviously were focused on that at the time.
We don't let him go.
No,
that heavy.
I'm sure that.
So what are we talking? We're talking 2,000 combined?
Oh my Lord!
Something like that. That's monumental.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if I've ever heard anybody's done that.
Do you just bow to that, or do you say?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Say,
He tries to keep up with
it.
me.
That's why he's invested in Pass Pro now.
I took my trip to the powerlifting meet too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys know each other in high school?
We did.
No. Okay.
It's big state.
Well, it is.
Big state. All right. We
Big
got
Texas.
one final question, but it's going to carry over to our next segment because it kind of leads in there. Uncle Charlie says,
Uncle
great
Charlie.
win. He's so impressed with Fuller, another 4 touchdown passes. I think he must have a Fuller count in his living room there. Okay.
Roman's still chasing his cousin now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're still chasing Paul. What are they got to get for career?
Oh, I don't know what Paul's
It's
career is.
500. I think he's about 400 off.
So
500
I
off.
don't know.
Yeah.
I think he's got
So,
a little. He's got little.
I mean,
notches
Roman
in
can
his
leave
wall
here
there.
across the board. So can Reggie.
But he thought it was an overall great victory. But what he wants to know is, you can think about it through the entire break. What do we have in store for Adams State? Because his first ever CSU Pueblo football game was the first season, and that's when Adams State came in. And I think John Riston still has nightmares over that. That's why
I think that's his probably second worst loss.
and we
he's
lost
ever
that
had
last
here.
game. They had a chance to be 5-5, lost that game. And one of my most favorite games was the game down there the next year when
Chase Vaughn.
we had Chase Vaughn
Defensive end scores 2 touchdowns.
It was crazy.
That was just a middle finger game.
So we'll see what you have in store.
But the segue to that, the 2008 game that they won here, Adams State's head coach now, Levi Gallus, was on that team.
Yeah, there you go. So he knows what
He's
it
had
takes.
success against the Pack in this stadium.
So we're back for vengeance, Levi.
Yeah, sorry, Levi.
Okay, come back after this timeout. Remember the Pack Football Show brought to you by Rustler Implement. They got all that stuff. They got all those implements out there. It's implement season, Joe.
It is.
And they know about potatoes. They know about implements down there in the San Luis Valley. They dig those things up. It's a thing of beauty. But like their Facebook page, got a chance to win some promotions there. Same name, same family since 1960. Pack Football Show. We're at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. Come back. We'll talk about Adams State. That comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
This is the Pack Football Show on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head over to ThunderZone Pizza and Tap with your hosts Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi, along with Thunderwolves head coach Philip Veal.
Welcome back. Pack Football Show. ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. Come on down. We got the wing specials. You can also get a $10 hamburger tonight anytime there's a Pack Football Show. $10 burger. That's what I usually go to. Although tonight, last week I told you I was going to the Naked Wings.
Yeah.
I might go a little teriyaki
Feeling
tonight.
a little flavor of the
frisky.
Orient.
Feeling a little frisky here.
Flavor.
Tonight.
A little flavor of the Orient.
Okay.
Pack Football Show brought to you by Colorado Front Range
That's a
Roofing.
new one. I've never heard that before.
You learn a lot when you're with Jim and I. Just think about the first year we did this with him, and he sat there and looked at us like we were the two biggest yahoos on the
That
planet.
is not true.
It was like I got to do this every week.
That's why I try to bring in guests.
After that, he started bringing
we got
guests.
to change the format.
I'm not going in there.
I need some backup.
I need some backup, man. I'm not doing this alone anymore.
We got to change the format. He pulled a Kramer on us.
Yeah,
we got to change the format.
Yeah, so
there we go.
but he looked at us like, oh my God, these guys are idiots.
That's not true. I would never think that.
You would never say it.
I would never.
You might think
You can think it.
because we think it. We know.
Ford Motor Company also sponsoring the Pack Football Show. We thank them for all their support. As we mentioned, Uncle Charlie, he still has a bad taste in his mouth from 2008. That's a long time to
We
have
carry a
bad
grudge.
taste.
Need some Listerine, Uncle Charlie.
So Adams State, I look him down their roster, Phil. It's like, you know what? Levi's coming in. He says, you know what? Let's blow the place up. Let's burn it down. He's got like 10, 12 guys core from last year, but he's got a number of freshmen. And early on, the enthusiasm's there, and he's doing all the right things to try to build a little,
The
all
alum,
the
being an
social media
alum
thing.
himself.
And I really followed him right when he got the job. He was doing all kinds of things, and he's doing the right thing.
He is. I mean, I have a lot of respect for him. He's a longtime defensive coordinator, had a lot of success at Kearney and then at West Texas with Jocelyn and obviously played there at Adams, as you guys have mentioned before, and loves that place, and I know, we played Adams the same week as we are last year, and they had the same record, but it's not the same team.
No.
This team is really well coached. They show great effort in all phases. I think one thing that I look for as a head coach is when I'm scouting an opponent is how hard do they play on teams, especially after they score. After an opponent scores, how hard do they play on field goal block? Because that tells a lot about a team. And they play hard. They play really hard in every facet. And I actually talked to Levi today. I told him, I was like, man, it's coming. You can see it's coming. And keep doing what you're doing. And they're going to be ready. And again, for us, it's about us being able to execute our stuff. Do it at a high level.
He was recruited at Adams State as a quarterback.
We played against each other.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he played that, was it 2009?
My last year was 2008.
Okay, 2008. So it was that first year.
Yeah.
You guys were opposing quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That season. Yeah. Do you guys know, and you've been here now 2.5 years. you get everybody's best shot.
Oh, no doubt.
Nobody, guys want to prove how good they are by taking on the best. Do you feel that every week?
Sure. Yeah, for sure. I would say every week, they're out to get us. Our slogan is to the top, and those guys take heart to it. The opponents take heart to that, and they want to come get us. We have a target on our back, but it's okay because we know, like Coach Beal said, we know how much ammo we have, and we're ready to spread it.
Yep. And we embrace it. Like, we embrace it all the way through the spring, all the way through the summer, all the way through the fall. I think I went home for 2 weeks, and even going home, all I could think about was, South Dakota Mines.
Yeah, okay.
All I could think about was coming back here. And so, you get those 2 weeks off from going all the way through the spring and then going home for the summer, and all I could think about was strapping it up and going to prove what we got. Like last week, our whole thing was leave no doubt, and I think that's something that's going to carry out throughout the season.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah. Well, Phil, this week starts this stretch of 3 games here. Some might say, well, this is the soft underbelly of the schedule. You don't want anything to hear about that. This is the time of year when you've got to get your team focused on detail, isn't it?
Well, our goal, our overall goal every year is what? Tell us.
1% better.
Okay, that's our daily goal.
Be the best
be the
team,
best team in the
country
country.
at getting better.
That's exactly right. Our goal is to be the best team in the country at getting better. And so we're going to use every opportunity that we can to improve. And again, it's not about anybody else. It's about the pack. And how can we improve this week? How can we get better? How can we get 1% today? And that's our focus, and it doesn't matter who we're playing. We could be playing the University of Colorado, or we could be playing Sisters of the Poor in Kansas. It doesn't matter. Like we if we get an opportunity to strap it on and go play the game, we're gonna do it with everything we got. We're gonna make sure we leave it out there all on the field. Is it gonna be perfect every week? No, it's not. We're gonna make mistakes. We got 18 to 22-year-old kids making split-second decisions, and there's going to be mistakes, but we want to go out there and we want to play free. We want to correct those mistakes. We want to make sure we're not repeat offenders, and if we do that, we're going to have a shot.
I think I take my chances with CSU Pueblo this year over CSU Fort Collins.
Okay.
No, I'm an alum, so I can say that I've watched 2 of their games, and then I listened to their game. I listened to every play on the way back Saturday.
It was brutal, huh?
Painful. Oh my gosh. It was
UTSA.
yeah. But
they do have a good running back, UTSA.
Well, they're the best running back in the nation, and that coach is said to be the number 1 replacement for Mike Gundy.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Trailer. He should have taken the A&M job when he had the chance.
Yeah, no, they said he's the most upside coach there is right now in college football.
Well, Phil, you talked about getting better. I think maybe that's where maybe the focus on this team. It seems like you guys do well to get, like, coming from behind, you got the lead. Is there a relaxation factor or something there where you're saying, man, because this game you got that 21-17 lead, had a couple chances maybe to expand upon it. I remember one point it was 31-17 through an interception.
Yep.
Just maybe that next play, hey guys, make it a little easier on yourselves by burying somebody.
Yeah, we talked about finishing. That was something we talked about on Monday was finishing. And I think it was different for each side. For the defense, it was like, hey, we got to start fast. We didn't start fast enough. We finished well, but we didn't start fast. And then for the offense, it was the opposite. We started fast, but we didn't finish. We had the opportunity to put them away, and we didn't do it. We had an opportunity to score before half, which we knew if we could get up and put it in a position where they can't run the football, we're going to be in a really good position. And we don't score. Okay, we're going to come out right off the bat and score in the third quarter. Doesn't happen.
And then they do.
No.
We
get the turnover, and then we
right,
score,
right, okay.
right? And so, again, that's great. We do those things, but we had several opportunities. We throw a pick on 1st and 10, and Roman's, that's his only pick of the year,
right?
And it's just some of those things that we had the ability to put it away earlier than what we did, and we didn't. And so offensively, it was finish. Defensively, it was start fast. And again, for us, we've got to put a full game together. If we lose and we put a full game together, I'll walk off the field with my head held high, knowing, hey, we did everything we possibly could today. We weren't the best team, and that's what I told these guys on Monday. It's like it's our job as coaches is to help you reach your potential.
You'd be pissed, but you'd walk off with your head held high.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
I don't like to lose. I hate losing.
Yeah,
finish is the key word. Finish the play,
anybody.
finish the series,
He
finish
wouldn't be
the
the
quarter,
only one.
finish the game.
It's just about playing to our standard every play, and regardless of what the scoreboard is, and that the scoreboard is there as a distraction. That's it.
Right.
All right, Ben, 2:00. 2 o'clock Saturday.
2:05.
2:05. Yes,
For
we'll be on the
Grandma
air at
when she's
1:30.
trying to log on.
That's a 1:30 pregame show, and we are on KCSJ on Saturday. So mark that in your notes, everybody.
The Mighty
Listening to the show.
590.
The
is
Mighty
what we call it.
590.
It's old school Pueblo.
Same app, iHeartRadio app. Just pick KCSJ or go to 590kcsj.com if you're listening on your laptop. Or if you're cruising around in your car, 590 gets a little further.
Yeah, it does.
So I had a friend of mine, old Gordon from the Car Doctor. He listened to the game down when we played Central Missouri. He had a record call down in Lamar. So he goes, man, I got to listen to the game all the way down just about Los Angeles and start fading in and out, but I got to listen to it on the way back. It was great.
That's cool.
So that's the one advantage of being on the Mighty 590. So 1:30 pregame show, 2:05 kickoff there on 590 KCSJ. Special thanks to Ryan. Is he over there? Hey, Ryan, thanks, buddy.
Ryan's the best.
Ryan's
Ryan
over
Howard.
there. He's enjoying things over there. He's outside. It's still that kind of weather here.
This is the best
Right
time of the year.
outside by the garage door over there. We thank him for all of his support and helping us out here on the Pack Football Show. Josiah, thanks, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Tyler,
Sir, thank you so much.
did you enjoy yourself? Did you get enough to eat?
No doubt. No doubt.
You know, now
You didn't get enough to eat. Don't
Yeah.
lie.
we've never
thinking
had
about it right now.
We've never had a repeat guest, so you
Yeah,
guys
there's
might
a
be able
challenge.
to play your way back. Okay.
So stick around. Maybe Ben will buy you something.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's made of money. That's what I heard. He's got a lot. He's got an expensive. Use some of that Tim Simmons money, buy them a couple burgers. Phil Vigil's the head coach. My partner is Joe Cervi. Dean Dean's been our producer and engineer tonight. My name is Jim Brooks. We'll talk to you on Saturday afternoon. Good night, everybody.